Hi everyone, I'm Todd with Prepper Website and the Prepper Website podcast. And today we're going to talk about emergency binders. And I'm very excited because I have a lot of great resources for you that I'm going to share with you and show you how to get to. So emergency binders are one of those things that are very important to do, but we don't do them. We always in the preparedness community, we look at the sexy stuff. We look at the bug out bag gear, firearms. We talk about going out to the woods and getting dirty and all that kind of stuff. But emergency binders is one of those things. And really, with my work on Prepper Website, I haven't seen too much of emergency binders lately. Too many articles and resources. So that's one reason why I decided to do this video, because I think it's a very important topic. I think there's a lot of bang for your buck when you do this, right? And so I went out to Prepper Website, and I went out to the internet, and I found some resources that I want to share. But before I do that, just let's talk very briefly about the importance of it. Just recently, and I would say probably within the last 2 years, we had a very big fire out in the suburbs of Houston. And so I know some people, I have some friends who were impacted by that, and they lost everything, all right? They lost everything. And so I want you to think about, losing everything would be, you have family heirlooms, you have pictures, you have all those things. And so you're definitely dealing with that. But, pictures, you're not gonna, it's like you lost those. Family heirlooms, you lost them. You can't really replace those things. But there are going to be things that if you lost everything in your house, if it burned down, you are going to have to get those things again. All your important documents, your social security cards, your driver's license, your marriage certificate. I mean, people were having to try to find, diplomas, high school diplomas and transcripts and, mortgage papers and titles to their vehicles and account numbers. And you think about all that stuff and having to track it all down. And then you're like, wouldn't that be crazy? Now, when we talk about emergency binders, like I said, it's not sexy. And one of the reasons why people don't do it is because it is time consuming. And it's one of those things, it's just like, you know what, I don't want to spend the time doing it. But think about the time that you spend, whether it's a couple of hours or maybe you give up a good portion of your Saturday. The people who lost everything, if you were in that situation, right, you would willingly go back in time and give up 2 or 3 hours to not having to try to track down all those important documents and deal with all the government bureaucracy and all those things just to have all your information in one easy binder, right? So that's one of the things that you really got to think about when you are doing your, you're putting this emergency binder, or why it's important to do that. So just think about all the crazy things that you might not even know where they are in your house right now. You might need to track all those things down, right? So a couple of other things really quick. While you're doing this, one of the things to do is to take pictures. If you can take pictures of a lot of your valuables and, like for instance, firearms and different things like that, and take a picture of the firearm, then take a picture of the serial number, and those types of things would be very important for insurance purposes. So if you did lose everything, you would have all those things. And so, getting all those pictures or even videos and dropping them on a USB flash drive. And let's say you have your emergency binder and you open it up to, the inside flap. You put your USB in some kind of plastic and then you duct tape it there. It's really like an emergency binder inside of an emergency binder. So if you make digital copies of all your items, all your important documents, which you're going to have to do, you might make digital copies. I don't know, you might go to the copy place and make copies that way. But if you do make digital copies, then you can put those in the USB as well. And so you would have some great information, all in one easy to carry binder right there. So I wanted to share with you one app, because if you're taking digital copies, one of the great apps that you can put on your phone, at least I know for Android uses, and I believe iOS as well, it's called Cam Scanner. And Cam Scanner, it'll take pictures and it'll turn it into PDFs or graphics or whatever. The cool thing about it, well, let me just give you an example. When I do weddings, I'm a minister, and so when I go out and do weddings, I need to keep a copy of the marriage license before it gets sent in. And so one of the things that I used to do in the past is I would fill out the marriage license, and if the couple didn't want it right away, I would just bring it home, make my copy, and then send it off. But if they wanted their copy right away, which most do for a lot of reasons, I would need to go find a copy machine. And that was such a pain to do. It would add so much time to the fact that I was doing this wedding. So when I found the cam scanner, it changed the way that I did it. And so it was very valuable. So the way that it works is you have the app on your phone, and then there is kind of a leveling device on there. So you're leveling your phone and making sure that it is level, and then you're able to take the picture. And if you take a nice square picture, the program or the app has ways that you could crop it, and so you get a really nice, crisp, clean copy of what you need. And then you're able to save it. Like I said, you're able to name it, you're able to save it as a PDF or a graphic. And then what I really like, and I do all of this when I'm doing weddings, I do all of this all at one time, take the picture, name it, the couple's name, and then I upload it. I create a PDF and upload it to Dropbox. And that's where I keep everything. I don't even have to keep it on my phone. And so if you were making copies, digital copies, this would be very easy for you to go and make your copies. Even in one, if you had multiple copies of, let's just say, medical records or whatever, you can put that all in one file. It makes it very easy for you. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that app. I think it's very valuable. So I want to share some resources with you. And so I'm going to go to my computer. So we're going to go to the desktop really quick, and so I can show these things to you. So let's do that right now. All right, our first stop is going to be a PDF download from my good friend Linda over at Food Storage Moms. Now, I'm going to link to this again in the resource that I'm going to share with you. But she has provided everyone who goes to her website and downloads this an emergency grab and go binder inserts. And so really nice done PDF here. She gives you information on the tabs and what to put in there. And so you have this nice insert that you can print off, and let you divide up your emergency binder and put everything in its proper place. She has emergency contact information that you can fill out, and you can place in there, banking contact information, medical information. So a bunch of great things that you can do. She even thought out, giving you some more space over here on the left side so that you can punch your holes to keep it in a binder if you're going to do it that way. So a lot of account websites and just some other information there. Even lists for your 72-hour bag or your bug out bag, your go bag, even pets and kids and adults, and just a lot of great information that she provides over there for you. And so really grateful for that. And like I said, I'm going to link to all of this stuff so that you can go grab this for yourself and use this if you want. The next thing that I'd like to point out is momwithaprep.com. She has an article, Family Emergency Binder Free Checklist. And so you have the checklist, but one of the things that I really like about what she did here is she has created some, let me get down here to it, some emergency ID cards in 4x6 that you can print off. And this is what it looks like here. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down here. So it'll open up this article, and you can download it from here. But you can kind of fill it in this way. And so it's something nice to have, something that you can add to your emergency binder, or even something that you can make copies of and put it in your wallet or your purse or what have you. All right, so moving on to another website. This is called DIYpreparedness.net, and they have how to make your own family emergency binder. I just thought that there was a lot of great detailed information here that you could download or I'm sorry, not download, but just go read, and gives you ideas of what kinds of things that you should include. And you can see, finances, taxes, legal, medical, household, vehicle information, church information, and then bonuses like she's saying here, extra keys, your garage and vehicles, to your garage and vehicles, and zipper pouches. I mean, that would be, just like a school bag, a pencil bag. That would be something very valuable to have, I would think. The next website is actually, it is the University of Minnesota Extension website. So it's extension.umn.edu. Guys, again, I'm going to give you links to all of these to make it very easy for you. But it's not a very long article, but they have some great PDFs that you can print out. So they have this roadmap for important papers, and this is what it looks like right here. So it's 8 pages, and here you have copy 1 of this record is stored at, and that's another thing. I didn't really talk about that, but it's always great to have your copy. Maybe it's in your go bag or in your bug out bag. You have that available for you, but then you have another copy of this, and maybe you just seal that up really well to where someone can't get into it, but you give that to a family member that you can trust, just in case you do lose your first one. You have a copy of it, and if you're making copies, it's just easier to do it all at one time. But anyway, so great other information here: safety deposit box. All this information that you can, personal records information, children's names, breaks it down to social security, address, telephone, advisors, contact information. And man, how valuable would it be to have all this information all in one place that you can just write all this stuff down? Insurance policies, bank accounts, savings, credit union, investments, employee savings. Man, there's just a lot of information here. You don't have to fill out every single thing, but if you have these things, how valuable would it be if you had this? So this is a free PDF that you can print out. One other thing that they have for you here at this at the extension office is they have replacing your important papers. So they have one that's state specific and then one that's non-state specific, and then this is the way that it looks like right here. And so it just has a lot of federal agencies and things that you can just click on, links that you can click on and go there if you needed to replace anything. But hopefully you don't. The whole purpose of building this emergency binder is that you don't have to build, or you don't have to go track all this stuff down. You have it. And so, you have it there. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and that's what I have for you there. And let's go ahead and come back to a live shot. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed all those resources. Like I said, I am going to have those resources for you in the show notes. So if you go down below this video into the description, you will have a link to a Dropbox where you can go and download a PDF that has all of this information on it for you, so you can easily get to it and download these PDFs, and just made it really easy for you to get to. So hopefully you will do this, and hopefully you just make life just a little bit easier. Like I said, it's going to take a little bit of time to do, and that sucks about it, but it does pay off if you ever really truly need it. And so, there you go, and making an emergency binder and getting that taken care of. It's one of those practical things of preparedness that everyone should do. All right, guys, I hope that was a blessing for you. If it was, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel and that you would like this video. And, go ahead and tick the little bell so you make sure that you get notified when we do another video on YouTube. And we'd love for you to be able to check those out as well. Guys, don't forget about Prepper Website and the Prepper Website podcast. We're always putting out preparedness content for you in so many other areas. So hope to see you there. God bless.